All right, Team 2K is out here on the park, and guess who we ran into? King Jordan 2K, gloriously winning games with that logo above.
That's a look from earlier on as the Nets head to the locker room. They're in no mood to let this game get away from them on their home floor. The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today here at the Barclays Center. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. And here in January, a few teams starting to solidify their spots in the power rankings. Others, not so much. They're still dominant, sitting at number 1 once again.
Well, right now for the Kings, they were obviously hoping to start out better. Still, too soon to panic. But lately, they've had very little luck and seem to be trending in the wrong direction.
Now Sacramento starting 5. Halliburton is out there with De'Aaron Fox. Then there's Marvin Bagley. Then there's Whiteside, and it's Davis in at the 3. And for Brooklyn, they've got Kyrie Irving. Jordan is out there with Big Red. Then it's Harden, and it's Durant in at the small forward. And this should be a fun one because of the pace these two teams play at, Doris. It's all about up-tempo basketball.
Kev, I'll be surprised if the shot clock gets below 10 even once tonight. That's how fast both of these teams play. And consider this. In the NBA, across the entire 30 teams, your best field goal percentage always comes in the first 8 seconds of the shot clock. This should be tremendous.
Now, here is Halliburton. 4 on the clock. This one for 3. That shot off. Passes it to Irving. Outside for Durant. A 3-ball. Hits it from three-point range. Durant's got the game going here with the first basket for the Nets.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
And Davis gets it to go. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Harden outside. His three-pointer's off the mark. Outside, Fox. Oh, that's blocked. Here's Big Red. 14 points from him the last game against Charlotte.
And don't make a mistake. The 3 blocks had a huge impact on the game as well. It really turned the game in their favor.
1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
Outside, Davis. Whiteside against Jordan. Whiteside kicks to Bagley. Trying to get open is Davis. Bagley, no good.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
A shot by Harden, wide open. Offline with his 3. The Kings come into this one following a loss to the Suns.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good. And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Fox hits them both.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Luke Walton gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. This will be the first game this season against this team. He knows they're great rim protectors, but he doesn't want his guys to back down. He told them, push the action, stay confident. You may get one sent back. Don't let that deter you at all. So, Kevin, they're going to keep trying to be aggressive all game.
We appreciate that, David. Thanks. Yeah, that defense, something to be reckoned with. Greg, we'll see how it plays out.
Well, it's important to be patient. The other team's going to take certain things away. Just keep probing, trying to find that weakness.
It's about playing to your strengths. You know what your identity is. Get to that aspect.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
From deep Harden, that shot misses. And the Kings going the other way now.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Now Fox, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Outside, Bagley. The three from Davis. Rebounded by the Nets.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space. And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
1:57 left to play here in the first. So the Kings call timeout, their first. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
And this game will be half of the contest they'll play against each other this year.
It's an interesting matchup. Two teams that don't know each other all that well. Separate conferences. We'll see which one can dictate the pace early.
In for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. Brownie's checked in for James Harden. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Holmes trying to free himself up. Yep, that one goes.
Well, DeLon Wright proving that he is more than capable of finishing with contact. That is well done.
Pass to Griffin. Three-pointer. Sacramento grabs the miss.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Healed bounce pass. Right from outside. Dinwiddie with some nice D. Brooklyn leading by 6. Out to Harris. From deep. The rebound by Hield.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, Buddy Hield, the consummate gym rat. Growing up in the Bahamas, he built his own rim with a milk crate and would shoot all night. His neighbors got so tired of yelling at him to keep it down. He sprinkled broken glass under the rim to get him to move the hoop.
And the first one at the line is good. And Greg, they said Hield would wait until his mom fell asleep and then sneak out to play basketball. And when she came looking for him, he'd take off running.
Yeah, he preferred to catch that discipline at home more so than in public. But growing up in the 8 Mile Rock, a tough neighborhood, his mom rightfully very protective.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Dinwiddie outside. Big Red controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Right outside. Six on the shot clock. Lets it go from deep. Here's Holmes. They shoot again, and the layup is up and in.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
To the middle.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Healed outside. And he gets the jumper to drop.
And smart decision by Hield. Surveys the defense and then just takes it himself.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nets lead by 4. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
We've got Brown. Harris is out there with Big Red. Then there's Griffin, and it's Dinwiddie in at point. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's James. After the basket by Brooklyn, Holmes passes to Hield. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Kevin Durant's checked in for Big Red, and Irving subbed in for Bruce Brown. Fox, he's checked in for Sacramento. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
And we played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Hield with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Thursday, they'll tip off a road trip in New York where they'll take on the Knicks. And then on Friday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
No good on the free throw.
And very quietly, Hield is one of the best three-point shooters in our league, as dangerous as they come.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Blake Griffin. And a change for Sacramento. Bagley's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Brooklyn leading by 5. Outside Irving. Pass to KD. elbow shot. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, Kevin Durant's looking at the defender like, hey, if you're going to give me that, I'm going to take it.
Fox against Durant. James, the pass to Holmes. Fades. They grab their own miss. And it's sent back by KD. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Pops it up for Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
Well, we've seen this 1 or 2 times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
Fox passes to Hield. Fires top of the key. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And on the way from Irving for 3, but they'll get another chance. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Kings trail by 9. Here's Hield, and Durant sends it back.
Well, Kevin Durant is playing spectacular defense, and it sets the tone for the entire team.
Hield, the pass to Bagley. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Kings shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
That's good from Bagley.
And the game Bagley has reminds me a little bit of Chris Bosh, a sweet lefty who plays with force and passion.
James Harden, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Then for the Kings, Whiteside's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Terrence Davis comes in for James. And Halliburton subbed in for Hield. And so Bagley nails them both. Nets leading by 7. Down low, here's KD. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Greg, is a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable
Find
at
the lane.
that spot.
Find the lane.
You know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Timeout called by the Kings.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
Some big men who, when they get it in tight, are as close to a sure thing as we've got. Here are the top field goal percentage leaders among NBA centers and power forwards. Well, you look at Big Red, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, Kevin Durant, 2 behind him.
And most of the guys on that list have that unique combination of power and finesse. I mean, a very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
And all with an outstanding work ethic as well. Constant effort and motion. Always doing whatever they can to get the best possible position and the ultra-high percentage shot.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Count it, good.
And Fox is a solid passer, knows how to get the ball to his guys when they're ready to let it go.
pass to Durant. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here's Whiteside. He'll bring it up for the Kings. 8-point game. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Here is Harden after the basket by De'Aaron Fox. Here's Durant. Jordan trying to free himself up.
Well, drop the hammer, KD. How confident is this guy at the cup?
The Kings trail by 10. Passes it to Halliburton. Irving against Fox. And that one hits back iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
It's Durant with the drive. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his third assist on the night. And for Sacramento, they're shooting a pretty pitiful 25% in this game. Offensively, they can't get anything going. Pass to Halliburton. Kings moving the ball around. Harris inside. He's guarded by Davis.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Now, here is Halliburton. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. 6 to shoot. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. Big Reds checked in for Brooklyn. And the Kings also making a change. Harkless is checked in for Bagley. Fox against Irving. Floats one. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Fox. Pops it up for Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
The shot by Harkless, no good. A deep three from Irving. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so that's the end of the first half. It's the Nets. They lead by 12. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. KD, you're running and gunning out there. How much fun is it when the offense is flowing like that?
Well, I think this team is very well disciplined, and they do all the details, and we just wanted to play harder, man. And I think we got some steals, got some fast break points, and we playing together, everybody touching the ball. It's just fun when we playing like that, so we got to continue to do that.
KD, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fans getting after it. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal's here. So is Kenny the Jet Smith. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 12 points, 2 block shots, and 1 assist. This has been a bounce-back game for him after some struggles their last time out. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Well, surprise, surprise, KD leading his team so long and so versatile. He can beat you in every way, inside, outside, off the dribble, spotting up. This kid is special.
And over to Kenny now. Your take on the Kings.
Well, they wouldn't have been in as big a hole if they rebounded better. They've got out-hustled, down low, and it cost them 6 points. They'll be talking about that in the locker room for sure. They know they need to improve on the glass.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And as As we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for Sacramento. Whiteside is out there with Marvin Bagley. Then it's Halliburton. Then there's Terrence Davis. And it's Fox in at the one spot. And here's Whiteside. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Back to Davis. Inside. Here's Bagley, and the layup is good.
That's the kind of toughness Bagley needs to show on every possession. Shake off the contact and finish through.
Outside, KD. Over Davis. Goes back up. Jordan with the bucket.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Pass to Whiteside. Little over a minute gone here in the second half.
Boy, what a job defensively. You couldn't play that any better.
Durant just inside the line. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Durant's got 14 points.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Timeout called by the Kings.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
Kings will go for a different look here. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Whiteside. James comes in for Davis. On a Hield, he's checked in for Halliburton. And it's Wright in for Fox. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Good on the shot. 7 points for Buddy Hield.
And that's not easy, but Hield is an effective scorer who's capable of finishing through that kind of defense.
Now here's Jordan. He's got 10. Harden can't hit.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
James, the pass to Holmes. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Holmes got his second bucket of the night.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Kings making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Now let's take a second to bring up our rookie leaderboard for a glance at this year's top first-year free throw shooters. Well, you look at Big Red, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic.
He doesn't miss that many, does he? I mean, great skill level to go with his obvious talent. He's taking full advantage every time he draws a whistle.
With it, Jones covering, and the call will be against Damian Jones. That's his first foul. The Nets making a switch here. Harris is checked in. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The pass to James. Holmes trying to free himself up. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from James. KD on the wing. Throws it up high.
Okay, Kevin Durant scanning the floor, looking for opportunities. Make your teammates feel good. Nice.
And it's Wright with the ball for Sacramento. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington. They'll face the Wizards. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. Here's Hield. Good work defensively by Harden.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists now in this one. The Kings trail by 16. Hield outside. Here's Wright. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
What you appreciate about DeLon Wright is he knows his role, and he's willing to star in his role. And the other part about it is he's been committed to his own development.
The Kings have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Wright. You know, Doris, teams are using analytics more than ever before. We know that. And for example, blocks are certainly a key number. But some defenders, as you know, are so good, teams don't even go at them because of those analytical numbers.
Kevin, we refer to that as shot suppression, and you have to look no further than the last 2 winners of the Defensive Player of the Year award, Giannis Antetokounmpo and Rudy Gobert. When those 2 guys are in the middle of the paint, a ball handler or would-be shot taker may reverse course and reset the offense. That's how much those guys impact the game on the defensive end.
Brown, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And the first one drops. And Brown drops them both. Wright with it. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. He kicks to Harkless. Wright outside. Just 5 to shoot. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. Harden gets the bucket.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
And here is Hield. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Let's bring out the 2K leaderboard to see the best up-tempo teams in the league. Number 1, the Nets. 5th best, the Kings.
And both squads extremely adept in transition. They like to get out and run, guys. And this is a battle of greyhounds.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Hield. Jordan, he's checked in for Blake Griffin. Halliburton's checked in for the Kings. De'Aaron Fox comes in for DeLon Wright. Both free throws good from Hield.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
1:25 left to play here in the third. It's
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
And it's Fox with the ball for the King. Trailing by 19. Great D that time from Jordan.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Harden the pass to Dinwiddie. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Out to the wing. Here's Big Red. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And 11 points for Big Red.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Hield outside. Another 3 for Sacramento.
You know, I thought in the first half this guy was pressing. He was rushing. Now he's settled into the game.
Harden right side. And the dunk by Jordan.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. And here is Hield. Launches it. Again, Hield missing. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Nets lead by 18. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. We've got Big Red, also DeAndre Jordan out there. Brown out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at shooting guard. So that's the Nets 5. Bagley kicks to Davis. Bagley trying to free himself up. And it's Davis missing.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
It's Brown with the drive, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the Sacramento Kings get called for the foul. That free throw good from Brown. And Brown drops them both. Right now, we're seeing more athletes willing to talk about mental challenges, be it depression or anxiety. And you know, Doris, the NBA is no exception. How encouraging do you find that?
Well, I think that whether NBA players or professional athletes in any sport know it or not, they are looked to as examples, as role models. And so I think everybody wins in this situation, Kevin. The players, the fans themselves, many of whom are dealing with the similar challenges. So, listen, life is not easy. Wherever you can get help, go and take it. I love this initiative from the NBA.
The Kings trail by 20. The three from Davis. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got his 16th rebound on the night.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish and transition, nice and easy.
Bagley kicks to Fox. Passes it to Whiteside. Outside, Davis. Here's Halliburton. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And the guys get a little bit of a break. Mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
Checked in for Brooklyn. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Sacramento. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Here's Dinwiddie. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Fox, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And sometimes Fox just can't be contained. I mean, he plays with so much heart and passion and terrific at scoring even when he gets bodied up.
One shot.
He throw good, Fox. Brooklyn leading by 16. Here's Big Red. Pass to Durant. Out left to the wing. Here's Big Red. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. And so Fox will bring it up for Sacramento. Pass to Holmes. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Fox kicks to Bagley. And it's blocked by Jordan.
This is not the guy you want in your zip code when the ball is going up. DeAndre Jordan twice on the pipes.
And great hustle. Turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
And since last season, Doris, a lot of coaching changes. Why do you think so many?
Kevin, I think there's a lot of contributing factors. Some of it is ownership and front office changes. Whenever that happens, coaching changes are often the next shoe to drop.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Now, Now, here is Halliburton. D right on him. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant one there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. That's good from Bagley. He makes one of two that time. Holmes passes to Davis. To Holmes. You know, Doris, we saw the All-Star game playing to a target score down the stretch. Some think in years to come, the NBA may adopt it for the overtime period. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you this, Kevin. That All-Star game, I was absolutely riveted to my television. The action was compelling. The defense was compelling. I can't say I've ever experienced that in an All-Star game. I think it's something you have to take a hard look at.
And here is Fox. James Harden getting it to go from deep. It's Fox with the drive. And it's Fox with the jam.
And the quickness Fox has, boy, it's impressive. Just coasting to the cup with ease.
The shot's good from Irving.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Kings have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Now, here's Holmes. Kicks to Fox. Here's Bagley. Brooklyn with the rebound. And here are the Nets. They're on an 11-3 run. Lobs it up for Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And just a smooth player who reads the floor incredibly well. Harden is always looking to get his teammates involved.
Outside, Davis. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, Jeff Green. He's checked in for Jordan. Gerald Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Irving. Harkless on the wing. Guarded by Green. 5 to shoot. Here's Guy. No good on the triple. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Nets.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders. And on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for DeAndre Jordan.
Boy, this guy played with some swagger and intensity on the boards tonight, dominating the physical aspect of the game.
Here's Guy. Shoots over Shamet. That one off the back iron and out.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the reward.
Whoa, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice. Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Here's Wright. He dishes it to Jones. No good, unable to end this run. Here's Big Red. And So it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with James Harden. James, what is it like when you're playing a team that's struggling and you have to keep focused to keep them down?
You know what? We look at the bigger picture, and we have one goal at the end of the season. That's to be champions. So we can't play down to the level of our competition. You know, we got to go out there every single night and, you know, be on the same page and try to give 100% effort.
It's been a success so far, James. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Well, today I'm bringing two of my co-workers, my colleagues, Brian and Danny. Thank you for joining me today, fellas.
Of course.
UK Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The tallest building in the United States, One World Trade Center. Looking glorious tonight as we come to you from New York. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. Check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. You look at Brooklyn, they like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, New York, they have a lot of ground to make up.
And seeing where the Knicks are, they're already looking to the offseason. And that's a shame. Their fans deserve a little bit more from this team.
The body language right now kind of telling the story. Losing takes a huge toll on you, especially during an 82-game grind.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Hey, Kevin, thank you very much. What a great comeback story for Derrick Rose. His resilience over the years of injuries has been rewarded. He says everybody struggles. People pretend like they don't. My down days were on TV, so I couldn't hide. The whirlwind I was in, I always stayed calm. I think that's just part of who I am. It's my character. Kevin?
Good insight there, Dave. Thank you. All teams tonight, Greg, love to push the ball up the floor, even off made shots.
You know, trying to find an opening before the half-court D can set up. I think you're going to see more and more of that every year.
I agree. So the Nets starting five. Durant is out there with Harris. Then there's Big Red. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving in at the point. And for New York, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Then it's R.J. Barrett. Then there's Peyton. He'll be the Nets off the tip. Here's Big Red. Really played well against Sacramento in his last outing. From deep, Harden. Randall grabs the board. Peyton with the ball. Randall left side. Pass to Barrett from downtown. The rebound by Harden. Outside, Katie. Over Payton. And it's Durant, that time on the assist from Harden.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Now, here's Barrett. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against San Antonio. Big Red passes to Irving. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Robinson up top. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. For three, Barrett. Good on the three-point shot.
Finding some room there on the perimeter. The lefty, R.J. Barrett, knocks it down.
Outside Irving. Now the pass to Harden. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Over to the left wing. Outside Robinson. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from 8. Randall with the bucket.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
Pass to KD. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Julius Randle picks one up.
For a spindly guy, Durant has such great body control. Hard not to foul him when he carves his way in that deep.
The Nets shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. First free throw is good.
Kind of tough to be a big wing in the LeBron James era. You're constantly compared to what it is he does, but Durant has risen to that challenge and uniquely qualified to be an elite player.
And so Durant nails them both.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you're going to pick to send to the free throw line. And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Here's Payton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, some good things happening right now with Elfrid Payton being aggressive to find his way towards the rim. I like it when he attacks like this.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Payton.
Well, we've seen indications of Payton and his all-around game, but we just would want to see the evolution of the shot come along, just more consistent from the outside. That's the next step.
And both free throws good for Payton. And for teams already exceeding expectations, Greg, their spirits are running sky high right now.
Kev, it's always a great feeling to come out strong, but it is hard to maintain that consistency. The teams that do, they believe in themselves and they keep playing to their strengths.
Why is consistency so hard?
Because you're not playing against yourself. And we're human. And Kevin, as great as you are as a broadcaster, you probably have had some days where you didn't feel as good as you did other days. And that's no different for a guy competing at this level.
My friend, that's every day. Every day you don't feel good about it. But you grind, right? You just try to keep grinding.
Got to do it.
Good.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Outside Robinson. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Harden. Here's Big Red. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now, here's Barrett. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Such a wide open look.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Outside Rose. Pass to Robinson. Over Irving. Robinson, that's good.
Well, he's a physical big down low, and I think he expects this kind of traffic around him as Mitchell Robinson comes through.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And as things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. Number 1, the Nets.
You know, it's not just the turnovers they're forcing. I mean, they're converting at the other end. And you know what? It puts a lot of pressure on you to play perfect.
Gibson against Jordan. The stuff.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Now, here's Barrett. Great D that time from Jordan.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Here is Rose. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Shoots over Griffin. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Nets leading by 6. Harden kicks to Jordan. Back to Harden. 58 seconds left in the first quarter. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Yeah, how many times do we see highlights like this? DeAndre Jordan loves bringing the hammer.
Rose passes to Noel. Back to Rose. And Jordan sends it back. 35 seconds left to play in the first. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Griffin is physical right there, bumping in and picking up a personal.
It's his first trip to the line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
That's good from Blake Griffin.
There's some unique qualities to the play of Blake Griffin, a big with incredible handles and passing skills who can still throw it down.
No good on the second free throw. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Burks with it, and it's Harden picking him up. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for James Harden. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Brooklyn leading by 8. Now, Dinwiddie. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Here's the dish to Brown. Here's Dinwiddie. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Recently, we had a chance to speak with R.J. Barrett about what was a trying first year.
I hate losing, but at the end of the day, it's part of the game. And I feel like you can learn more from a loss than you can from a win. And my teammates have been great. The whole organization has been great. We just, you know, whatever happens, we've kind of been sticking together and going through it all together, so that's been good.
And Barrett, a guy who's accustomed to winning, at least as an amateur grade.
I mean, he won a championship in high school, could have won one in his only year of college. He's going to be a driving force for the organization to get better.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Brown. Griffin is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot. And the Knicks making a change here. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
On defense, Brooklyn, 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Here's Burks. The shot will not fall. Some solid defense from Brown. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. No good with the triple. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
Here's Dinwiddie. Misses the 3. Knicks trail by 8. Left side, and it's sent back by Irving. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Pass to Randall. Just 5 on the clock. To the inside. Robinson. And Robinson throws it down.
Robinson is very fluid as a big, and he comes off that pick ready to shoot.
The pass to Irving. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Irving's got the lead up to 11 now for Brooklyn.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Here's Durant. They get a hand on it. Burks with the steal. Bobbed up there for Robinson. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Yeah, throw it anywhere you want. Mitchell Robinson knows what to do.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played, and that one's good. Durant.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Passes to Burks. Now here's Randall. Launches a 3. And it's Irving with the rebound. Brooklyn leading by 12. It's Durant with the drive. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Payton outside. Quickly. And a miss there on the triple. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Got that bucket in no time at all. And the Nets lead by 14. And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Checked in for New York. Rose comes in for Elfrid Payton. And the Nets making a change here as well. James Harden, he's checked in for Bruce Brown. And here's Barry. To the paint. Here's Randall. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Randall's got his second bucket of the night.
The number 3 pick back in the 2019 draft. RJ wanted to play for the Knicks. He knew it wouldn't be easy with all the turmoil last season. Boy, was that an understatement. Making the most of the screen, that's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
You know, Greg, you asked Barrett. He said he felt better prepared for the glare of the New York media after his one season at Duke because, you know, playing there is in the national limelight. You're on a star-studded team.
Yeah, I mean, playing with Zion Williamson, Cam Reddish, and Trey Jones, the Knicks could use a little more star talent, though, if they're going to turn the corner.
Here's Irving after R.J. Barrett's bucket. On the wing, Irving. He's got 6. Randall grabs the board. Knicks trail by 14. 29 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And Barrett gets it to go.
Well, RJ is a natural scorer. It's very hard to shake him off that kind of focus.
KD against Randall. Now here's Durant. A 14-point game for him in the win against Sacramento.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort. How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Yeah, that pops your confident balloon out there, just completely deflating when plays like that happen.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
You know, we got to protect the paint. They getting way too many easy baskets. You know, that's us communication on front of the post and, you know, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They lead by 14. Kenny, give us your take.
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shot selection. They took advantage of everything the defense gave them.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
Well, it wasn't a very good half. And as a team, you never want to get pushed around like I pushed you and Ernie around. That's reason number one. That's why the score is the way it is. Jeez. Push back, man.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Barrett and Randall are in the forward positions. Then there's Peyton. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. That's the 5 for New York right now. Clock at 6. Quickly. And it's sent back by KD.
Wow, the large wingspan of Durant on full display. What a block there.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And that one's good, Irving.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Peyton passes to Robinson. Kicks it to Barrett. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. 9 points for R.J. Barrett.
How about that? The big man, Mitchell Robinson, able to find a teammate.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. KD's shot is off. And so it's Rendell bringing it up now for New York. It's a 14-point game. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Here's Big Red. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark right now. He's averaging about 19 points a game. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Gibson up top. Pass to Noel. 6 to shoot. Here's Burks. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Big Red. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
And Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
And the big man, Taj Gibson, a tough, defensive-minded veteran.
Such a huge part of foundation.
Oh!
Yes, sir.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Payton drives in, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
What a play there, the hoop plus the harm.
The Knicks have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. Some changes for Brooklyn. Brown comes in for Harris, and Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. It's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
He's checked in for Payton. And a change for the Nets. Jordan's checked in. Knicks trail by 13. Here's Rose. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Barrett. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Pass to Big Red. Here's Harden on the wing. Down low. And the jam by Harden.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
Here's Rose. Brooklyn with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Well, Jordan's such a great dunker. Some of the jams he has are completely jaw-dropping.
Right side Rose. He kicks it to Burks. For three, Barrett. And again, New York with the triple.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Rose dishes to Barrett. From 13, Brooklyn with the rebound. Big Reds got rebound number 5 here tonight. Over Burks. Oh, and that one had the right spit on it, and it is good. Harden's got 8 points in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
For 3, Barrett. He's off on that one, so Brooklyn will take it the other way. Their next game is in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. There's the pass to Rose. Dishes it to Burks. Passes it to Barrett. 6 on the shot clock. The shot misses. Some solid defense from Brown.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And it's Rose with the ball for New York. They trail by 16. Burks kicks to Barrett. Here's Big Red. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And so here is New York. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Nets lead by 16. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Brooklyn leading by 16. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. The shot's good from Irving.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Payton finds Barrett. Outside Robinson. Payton with the ball. Back to Robinson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Randall. To get open is Robinson. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the layup.
Mitchell Robinson, one of those guys who you could be blocking out, but it's just not enough with that length.
Dinwiddie outside. Here's Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists in the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
It's a floater, and it's laid in by Barrett. Barrett's got 12 points here in the second half.
Well, this is R.J. Barrett having himself a big-time game. He's beating the defense in so many ways right now.
Irving for 3. The Knicks pull it in. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit.
And the coaching staff enjoying that as Randall is becoming a bit more of a facilitator.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Robinson against Durant, and Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Big Reds checked in for the Nets. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Irving passes to Harris. 5 on the clock. Outside Durant. From deep. They get the rebound. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Hey, Brent, last postseason, we saw some teams have heated exchanges internally after tough losses. Does that happen very often?
If there's something, Kevin, that you feel you're capable of doing, and there's a lot at stake with regards to that in terms of not your reputation, but in terms of the type of respect that your team should be getting, yes, this happens a lot. It happens in the playoffs, and it's a bit more aggressive, but great teams find ways to work through those problems and become their best selves.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
To go between now and the three-point contest, but it's always fun to talk about it. Let's see who has the best shot to earn a spot in this year's event.
And maybe this list changes between now and All-Star Weekend, but I don't think anybody would be disappointed if it stays exactly the same as it is right now.
Well, you look at Big Red, he's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities in All-Star Weekend, but, you know, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball. His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Here's Peyton, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And clearly a big benefit of the bubble was the lack of travel. Brent, how much do you think that helped the players?
Yeah, I think that was huge, Kevin. I mean, familiar, maybe all too familiar, but heading back to your room, understanding the routine, playing every other day, and getting into the rhythm of what that was, not just on the floor in terms of your preparation, but pre-game and days of the game, to come in with that mindset that felt very consistent and very familiar after 90 days of being in Orlando.
And the Nets making a change here. Harden's checked in. And the second free throw, good. Irving with the ball. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Feeds it to Randall. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Randall can hold his own down on the inside with that physical frame.
And Julius Randle dropping a few pounds since he came in the league. He still brings an old school physicality to the game.
He's a good rebounder and a good finisher in the paint. Still trying to develop GA using that offhand and trying to have some touch around there with the right. That'll be a critical skill moving forward, that he has other ways to get at you offensively.
And he makes the first.
After being picked 7th out of Kentucky back in 2014 by the Lakers, you remember Julius Randle, an auspicious start to his career, breaking his leg on his very first NBA game. That has not deterred him.
The Knicks making a switch here. Rose is checked in. Both free throws good from Randle. Now Harden. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Here's Big Red. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists tonight.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And here's Rose. Shot clock at 6. Harden grabs the miss.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Out of bounds. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. There's 1:38 left to play in the final quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. It's rebounded by Barrett.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight. And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Nets.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for James Harden.
So sharp on the passing tonight. You know, guys can get into a rhythm that way too.
A moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, James Harden.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Green finds Dinwiddie. Pass to Shamet. Back to Dinwiddie. On the wing, Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Toppin. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Green's got his first basket of the night. So it's Neely Kina who brings up the ball for New York. 19-point game. With the teardrop.
You can't just throw up stuff like that with DeAndre Jordan lurking around.
Pass to Dinwiddie. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Nets lead by 21.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
All alone. Rebounded by the Nets.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range there. Much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
And there's the pass to Shamet. Outside, Green. Now, here's Shannon. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, thank you, Kevin. Kyrie, very few can match your offensive creativity. So how do you integrate that into the team system?
It starts in our practice. It starts with our practice habits, getting our swing action, and practicing with a purpose. You know, whether it's shoot-arounds or walkthroughs, we're starting to show progress right there and just getting back to what we know, and that's executing on both ends of the floor and trusting one another.
Well, the ball was certainly moving tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you later.
Now, I know you've brought two of your friends, so who's playing with you today?
These are people that has been with me for a very, very long time. I've been playing with them in the park since 2K19 and 20, and their names is actually Hungry.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. You look at the Nets. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, the Cavaliers. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
Well, I think for Brooklyn, they haven't needed any time to find their footing this season. The guys gelled right away. The coaching staff has done a terrific job. It's been a dream start to the year for them.
Yeah, and you can tell they enjoy playing together. Excellent chemistry amongst this group, and they've been having fun as they've gotten off to this good start.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden has led the league in points per game the last 3 seasons. And the Beard said, honestly, it's not even about me scoring. Teams are playing me for the pass. I just try to make the best play, and whether that's scoring or passing, every game is different. Kevin, back to you.
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. Greg, in 1991, you were drafted 12th overall. Talk about early expectations as a first-round pick. Your son going through it right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Listen, everyone wants to see what you've got. And also, you want to prove that you belong. And so, because of that, though, and especially in today's game, sometimes judgment comes way too quickly. And we've seen it with a lot of great young players that because they come in a lot earlier in terms of their age, it may take them an extra year or two to figure it all out. And so the teams that are most patient in allowing those kids to mature at their own level tend to be the ones that get the higher rewards.
Indeed. We see so much impatience, and it causes problems. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. They've got Joe Harris. Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Durant. And it's Big Red in at the 5 spot. And for Cleveland, Sexton is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Allen. Then it's Okoro. And it's Love in at the power forwards position. And Brooklyn has possession. After Colin Sexton's miss. Here's Dellavedova. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Sexton. From deep three-point range. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And here's Brooklyn. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
And so it's Dellavedova. He'll bring it up for Cleveland. 4-point game, fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, and in that one, they caused a lot of misfires with their intensity on the defensive end.
And the hustle they showed on that end was infectious, contagious. I mean, their squad really got after it.
And here is Irving, following Colin Sexton's 3. Pass to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Guys, it's hard to shake Harden off his game. He's so strong and skilled. He keeps his balance right where he needs it.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lessons. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding. Boy, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irvin has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
Now here is Dellavedova, defended by Durant. Unloads from 9, and Love with the basket on the assist by Allen. Nets leading by 3. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Harden. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Harden against Sexton. The shot, no good. Harden with the defensive effort.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Here's Dellavedova. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And Dellavedova is sneaky good at breaking down the defense now. Takes advantage of lanes as they present themselves to drive.
To the left side wing. Drills it from outside.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively. But quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
Substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Big Red. Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. Brown, he's checked in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Now, here's Sexton. 12 points his last outing. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Windler, guarded by Harden. Here's Hartenstein.
And how about the interior defense here early on? They have really shut down the middle.
And that's always your first priority defensively, and I think they're doing a nice job. Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Brooklyn.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to, when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point.
You know, what's most impressive about Harden to me is his versatility as a scorer. I mean, he's a remarkable combo guard with great size and strength and very efficient on the offensive end.
Now here's Prince. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's Windler. Shot to stop the run, and the shot goes down. Nets leading by 10. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Harden draws the double to the middle. Here's Brown. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Sexton, and we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And sometimes it seems like Sexton wants to get hit on the way up. He just embraces the challenge.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
And how about the explosiveness of Sexton, a crafty floor general who is consistent in how hard he attacks the defense.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Shot and game clock separated by 5. It's tipped. Here's Osman. Sexton on the wing. From deep. And that one released in time, but no good. James Harden getting it done for Brooklyn. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. And we'll be right back after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
The Cavaliers trail by 9. They've got Sexton. Hartenstein is out there with Taurean Prince. And it's Windler in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Here's Prince. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense from Brown. Griffin with it. Guarded now by Prince. Dinwiddie passes to Harden. Making free throws a big key for any team. Let's see the best in the NBA. Number 1, the Nets.
You can't be careless when you play them. I mean, no wasted opportunities at the line. It's a team effort, and they're getting it done.
The first one falls.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
He's perfect from the line this time. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. Now here's Brown following the miss by Griffin. Tries again. Windler with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And here's what Cleveland's schedule is looking like. On Sunday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic. And then on Tuesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And for that matchup with the Magic, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
First one falls for him.
So I like the fact that Prince does a good job picking his spots. He's not a guy that forces things. Kind of lets the game come to him naturally.
And the Nets making a change here. Big Red's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Harris is checked in for Bruce Brown. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. And both free throws good for Prince.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
To the inside, Harris. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Taurean Prince.
You just can't foul Harris there because he's almost automatic from the line.
The Nets have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. The first one falls.
You know, he was waived after his second year in the league, guys, but Joe Harris didn't let that stop him. He improved his skills, and he's carving out a nice career for himself.
He hits both from the stripe.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Now here is Dellavedova. He's coming off a 10-point game against Portland. Here's Big Red. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Big Red's got 5.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
Here is Love. He's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game. Allen dishes to Love. Just 4 to shoot. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. And I like the decision-making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
You know, more and more big guys in the league have that mid-range shot in their bag now, and they need it.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
and they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
And let's quickly check out the best young defenders, how they've been playing in the low post lately. Your rookie block leaders for the past month. While you look at Big Red, a fierce inside defender, tops in the NBA in blocks.
He's been a factor on the inside, an impressive stretch for him defensively.
Well, he's been slapping shots out of there all last month. I mean, he's building a reputation as a guy you don't want to challenge inside. His arrow is definitely pointing north.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possession.
Allen outside. To stop the run. Brooklyn with the rebound. Big Red's got his 4th rebound in this one. KD's shot is good. And the Nets lead by 17.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now, here's Okoro. An 11-point game for him in the win against Portland. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Windler's checked in. A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
And it's Dellavedova with the ball. He brings it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Trailing by 17. Clock at 6. Passes it to Okoro. Here's Love. Brooklyn with the rebound. And the Nets with possession. They're on a 12-4 run right now.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Brown is checked in for Brooklyn.
And checking out some numbers for Durant. Over the last month, getting it done. Averaging about 11 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects more of himself.
And here we go. Brooklyn, fast break. Offensive rebound. He feeds it to Irving. It's good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Here's Dellavedova. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Inside, here's Allen, and then Allen slams it in.
Man, it's so good to see how Dellavedova plays to his strengths, guys. I mean, specifically, how he finds the open man. Nice.
Here's Big Red. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Knicks in New York. Durant, wide open, he fires. That one's rebounded by Dellavedova. The Cavaliers trail by 19. 43 seconds left to play here in the half. Windler, the pass to Love. He kicks to Okoro. For three. No good on that one. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Here's Big Red. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. 9 points for Big Red. And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
And boy, when you see someone hurting like this, it's always scary.
You're exactly right. I mean, with the way it looks, what we have to hope for now is that somehow it's not a long-term issue.
A different look now for Cleveland. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Allen. Osman comes in for Okoro. And it's Colin Sexton in for Matthew Dellavedova. Sexton deciding where to go with it. The pass to Love. Back to Sexton. Got it up. And no good on the last second attempt this time.
Boy, Irving looking engaged and aggressive there, making an impact at the defensive end.
And so it's Brooklyn with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kevin. How do you guys get back in this game after the first half?
Thanks, Josh. I mean, we're getting good ones. I don't know what it is. We had the day off. Should have got our legs under us in the second half, come out, go on a big run like we usually do, and we'll be fine.
We'll see how it goes. Thanks a lot, Kevin. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 16 points. Well, a lot of redemption stories for the stars on Brooklyn. They all came here with something to prove. Who has the most to prove on the Nets?
It's got to be Kyrie Irving. I mean, he won it out of Cleveland and Boston, and now this is his show. So I would think internally, not even externally, hearing the critics, but internally, I'd probably say, man, this is where I want to get it done.
And some might say Durant, but listen, he's already proven he's a third. Oh, don't forget about DeAndre Jordan. He's a third option. Now he needs to play like a third option.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Big Red, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant, and it's Harris in at the small forward position. Now, here's Okoro. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Takes the three. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Now here's Love. Makes it off the glass. Love's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Cleveland.
And a guy who's used to finishing through contact. Love simply brushes it off and completes the play.
Harris outside. He lobs it up. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
He could have messed that up trying for a big slam. Nice work going to the layup.
Now here's Love. Stolen by Durant. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Durant. Irving's got 6.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And the Cavaliers call time here. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Well, you know, he's destroying them right now, guys. This defense has to make an adjustment to try and cool him off.
Prince is checked in for Kevin Love. And then for Brooklyn, Jordan, he's checked in for Big Red. Blake Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Now here's Sexton. He has 6. Offensive rebound. Hartenstein. Pass to Okoro. Prince outside. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Pass to Sexton. And it's good, assisting on the play with Dellavedova. 9 points in the game so far.
You know, the timing, the rhythm, I'm a big fan of when Sexton can just catch and shoot.
Pass to Griffin. He dishes it to Harden. Back to Griffin. A 3. Sexton grabs the board. The Cavaliers trail by 20. Dellavedova kicks to Sexton. Off target at the rim.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Big Red's checked in for Griffin, and it's Brown in for Harris.
1 shot.
The free throw drops for Dinwiddie. Hey, Clark, what were your thoughts as a fan watching the bubble play down in Orlando? Did it seem surreal at all to you?
It didn't seem surreal, Kevin. I thought it was pulled off quite nicely, as a matter of fact. I mean, the fact there weren't any real fans there for the most part was a little different, but I thought the court looked good. The players were the best in the world, as they always are. I thought the broadcast came across just as it would in a normal circumstance. I didn't find much different about it other than the fact that there weren't tens of thousands of fans in the building.
So it's Brooklyn now. The Cavaliers making the shot. Big Red passes to Harden. Softly drops in the floater. Harden's got 18 points in the game.
incredible control on that floater. Harden is fantastic at putting just the right amount of touch on these very difficult and delicate shots.
Now, here's Sexton. Here's Hartenstein. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here is the list of players with the most boards in the league this month. The NBA's leading rebounders. Well, you look at Big Red, a terrific rebounder, 5th overall.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Prince. Here's Big Red, 11 points in the game. The pass to Brown. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Durant's checked in for the Nets. Harden outside, lets the three fly. The putback, it's good on the putback.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Here's Sexton. Following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. 5 on the clock. Hartenstein passes to Sexton. Hits the three-point bomb. Sexton's got 6 points in the quarter.
And it's important Sexton makes those. The more he hits from outside, the more the floor will open up.
From deep, Harden with the putback. Great positioning on the putback. And that's 13 points for Big Red.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Hartenstein. Back to Sexton. Over KD. The shot by Sexton, no good.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. The Nets have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Kevin Love's checked in for the Cavaliers. And a change for the Nets. Irving's checked in. Free throw good, James Harden.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
And so it's Cleveland with it. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. Windler, the pass to Sexton. 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Nobody near Irving. Drains the three-pointer. Irving's got 9 points.
Man, the confidence Irving has is something I really appreciate. I mean, he's ready to shoot it as soon as he gets it and not afraid of any kind of shot.
Now, here's Sexton. He's got 12. 6 to shoot. Here's Love. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. And so it's Brooklyn in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll return shortly. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with the Coro. It's Kabengele in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. The Cavaliers shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Here's a Coro.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nets.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
First free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Shots good by Green.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Here's Steffens in the corner. Okoro with it. Just 5 to shoot. Shakes him. And the shot goes in.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
And here is Shamet. Kicks it to Green. To the paint. Here's Griffin. That's tipped. Final quarter of play. About a minute and a half off the clock into it. Dellavedova scanning the floor. Pass to Wade. In the corner, Okoro with it. Fades away. Kept alive. The shot, no good. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And on the way from Irving for 3. The shot, no good. Cavaliers go the other way with it. Dellavedova, the pass to Kabengele. In the corner, Shamet with it. Back to Green. From the baseline. And that one's good, Shamet.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
Okoro passes to Stevens. Fires the 3. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got 4 rebounds in this game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, one thing you like about Green when he's assertive is he's able to draw fouls.
At the line of the Nets, Gerald Green taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good.
And, you know, Green is known for his instant offense, no doubt about that. He's a guy that knows the coach is counting on him to let it fly and let it fly often.
Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Irving. And both free throws good for Green.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Now, here's Okoro. And he converts the layup.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Pass to Shamet. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Dellavedova's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Passes it to Cavangeli. Down low. And then jammed down as it goes right over Blake Griffin.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
He's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
Now here's Green. Second chance shot. Cavaliers with the rebound. Cavangeli's got his 4th rebound in this one. It's stolen by Green. Now here's Shamet. Jeff Green on the wing. There's the pass to Griffin. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Green. Nailed from three-point land. Green's got 5 points now in the quarter.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Here's Steffens. Back to Dellavedova. Over Green. And it's Dellavedova missing.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Brooklyn.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Yeah, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for James Harden.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. James, another explosive score and productive night for you. How'd you get into that rhythm?
My teammates did an unbelievable job tonight, man. Every night, every single night of, getting me open, getting me shots, and we came away with the victory. That's all that matters.
Well, they did a great job, man, but so did you. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Excited to have you on the show, but I'm not so excited to actually play you because I've seen what you can do, and I'm a little, I'm a little nervous here. So we're gonna see how this goes.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Off here, a terrific performance of the national anthem. We'll be right back with more. Hold on tight and don't go away. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me tonight, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, reporting from the sideline. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Taking a look at Brooklyn, things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And checking out Boston, 8 games out.
And you know, for the Celtics, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're disappointed in that. I mean, they were hoping to take that next step.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Well, the Celtics have their 2 J's, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Their names are similar, and sometimes people get confused. Brown said, Coach Brad Stevens does it a lot. He draws up the play and says Jaylen, but puts JT on the clipboard. We look at each other like, all right, bro, one of us is going to get the bucket. It doesn't even matter. Kevin, back to you.
Both capable, DA. Thank you. And both these coaches, Chris, tonight have plenty of options on their benches. Depth, a big part of what these teams do well.
Yeah, most great teams in the league, Kevin, have fantastic 6th and 7th option. I mean, depth means so much during the regular season.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Big Red out there with Durant. Then there's Irving. Then it's Harden, and it's Harris in at the small forward. And for Boston, Brown the small forward with Tatum holding down the 4 spot. Walker and Smart the guards. And it's Williams at the center position. To the middle, here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
The athleticism Harden possesses is scary. I mean, he's constantly driving toward the basket for these dunks.
Now Walker. Brown kicks to Smart. Pass to Walker. Back to Smart. Lock at 6. Passes it to Williams. Nice ball movement by Boston. Tatum no good. Lobbed up there for KD. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And Durant gives you such a huge target on alley-oops. I mean, he can go up and grab anything as long as it's in the general direction of the rim.
We're about 1 minute into the first, and Big Red gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Here's Walker. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
You can't leave guys open around Walker, I'll tell you that. He sees when the defense is overcommitted.
A serious talent when Robert Williams is healthy. He makes his presence felt. Has great length and lift off the floor. Defensively, he protects the rim and even blocks shots out on the perimeter.
Now, here's Brown. Harden missing his last shot. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
That's just a needless giveaway. You got to make the defense work for their turnovers.
First quarter, about 1.5 minutes in. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And then offensively, Williams is mostly a rim runner at this point. But Greg, there are signs that the jumper is coming along.
Yeah, you know, when he was drafted at the end of the first round, there was a lot of talk about rebuilding his shot mechanics. And that's still a work in progress. But where he's really impressed people is with his passing. He has terrific instincts for the game.
Here's Tatum. James Harden picking up that last basket. Smart. They get it again. Back to Tatum. Outside Williams. 5 to shoot. To the inside. And it's sent back by KD.
Durant has arms that just...
Wow, hammering it in.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And not only is Smart one of the best defenders in the league, Greg, he's also one of the most versatile players in the NBA.
Yeah, when you talk about players who can guard 1 through 5, it's usually referring to Kawhi, PG-13, or Giannis, but Smart at 6'4" has the strength, the anticipation, and the toughness to hold his own against anyone. It's remarkable.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
At 6'4", 220 pounds, Marcus Smart might be the most physically imposing point guard in the league, especially with his fiery approach to the game.
And so, Smart nails both of them. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And the pass to KD. Here's Big Red. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Smart on the wing. Covered by Irving. Shots good by Walker.
Well, the shooter of Walker's caliber, I mean, you can't allow him to shoot with his feet set.
Here's Big Red. He had 13 points in the win against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. A whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. And then for Brooklyn, Jordan, he's checked in for Durant. Bruce Brown comes in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Here's Cornette. Down low, here's Fournier. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here is Harden. What a tremendous game he played against Cleveland.
Yeah, he's superb at finding open teammates. Harden, I love how he looks to shed a rock.
Here's Pritchard, 7-point differential. Parker kicks to Cornette. Here's Pritchard. A 14-point game for him in the win against Sacramento. 2 on the clock from deep 3-point range. Cornette can't get it to go. Nets leading by 7. Here's Big Red. He's got 8. Harden, no good. 1:15 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Ogilvy. Dinwiddie covering. Stolen. And here's the fast break. Here's Big Red. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Here's Fournier after the basket by Brooklyn. That one goes in.
Well, that's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Here's Big Red. 10 points for him. And James Harden, good for 3. Harden's got 9.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Pritchard passes to Cornette. Fournier against Harden. Fournier's shot is off.
Very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
Pass to Harden. A three. Let's keep it alive. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Well, you think defensively that you try to pack in the lane. I mean, but then that opens up some opportunities for their shooters.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. It's the Nets up by 12. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we And before the game, we checked in with Marcus Smart, who told us how his upbringing helped shape his approach to the game.
I'm the youngest of 4 boys. So as anybody who has siblings, older, younger, you understand the struggle, especially being the youngest. You know, you always got to fight for what you want.
And no question, Smart is considered one of the toughest guys, Greg, in the NBA.
You have to love his passion, his willingness to sacrifice his body for the team on a nightly basis.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, the Nets enjoying a nice lead here.
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, and now they got to find a way to keep it going, keep growing that lead.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Harden. Griffin is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Brown, and it's Dinwiddie in at point.
And drafted 42nd back in 2018 out of Miami, Bruce Brown has shown himself to be a rugged two-way guard.
Yeah, he's a second-round steal. Yeah, he competes at the defensive end of the floor, and the shooting numbers are trending in the right direction.
The Celtics shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Frankie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
What I like about Tatum, he moves his feet well, understands angles. He plays more physical than advertised.
There's the feed to KD, and KD throws it down.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
Here's Fournier. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
Celtics making a switch here. Williams is checked in.
One shot.
That one misses for Fournier. Well, it was a career year for Evan Fournier, just at the right time. Opted out of his player option over the summer, and he was a free agent.
And Fournier proved that he can put up numbers. Aggressive looking to create with the ball in his hands. This team got a great weapon signing Fournier.
Oh, impressive ball handling from Tatum. I mean, attracts the other team's focus and then finds the open man.
Pass to KD. The kick out to Irving. A basket good off the assist from Durant. Irving's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Celtics trail by 9. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for.
They get it back. Durant. Nice D from Williams. For Boston, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Walker's shot is off. And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. They've held a 12-point lead early. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
When KD gets it in that close to the rim, you're out a good option. He's so good. I mean, sometimes you just give him the foul. You just give the foul.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And he knocks down the first one.
Oh, the skill, length, time. Durant, he's special in all those categories. He can dominate on both ends.
Smart's checked in for Boston. Both shots good from the stripe.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Got a piece of it. Irving with the steal. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys, if you can believe it, before Jaylen Brown went to the draft, one executive said the Cal Berkeley star was too smart. Brown says, when athletes are also informative, it can intimidate. We get pushback for our outside interests. The whole shut up and dribble movement is big, and I'm a part of that movement. Guys?
Strong story, DA, there. Thanks. The free throw drops for Dinwiddie. Just you look at last year's all-defensive first-teamers, 4 out of 5 of those guys were 6'10" or taller. Clearly, size is an advantage.
Yeah, size or at least length. I mean, long arms, with that comes blocks, steals, and deflections. As long as you can move your feet, though, bigger is better.
Big Reds checked in for Blake Griffin. And both free throws good for Dinwiddie.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Irving against Walker. Passes to Brown. And the layup falls. Brown's got his first 2 points of the night.
With great physical and athletic tools, Brown's adept at pushing past contact.
Now the pass to Irving. Dishes it to Harris. And stolen by Tatum. And Smart with a clear path to the hoop. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And I think working himself to the line, an area where Smart really can excel. I mean, he's built for contact. That's for sure.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Smart.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Nets. And so, Smart nails both of them. Nets leading by 9. Here's Big Red. He's got 12. Williams with the steal. Smart with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. Smart misses. Last outing for the Nets. They won that game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road. Take good shots and knock them down with confidence.
Yeah, not getting overwhelmed is important. Poise is something that you need to have in order to win on the road.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional Mobile One block.
And that'll give them a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
Brooklyn making some changes. Jordan comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Brown in for Joe Harris. 1:56 left in the first half. And a deep three from Harden. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Williams passes to Pritchard. Here's Ogilvy. Smart on the wing. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Just 2 to shoot. A shot by Pritchard, no good.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Brown the pass to Big Red. The kick out to Irving. Jordan trying to free himself up. And the Nets, another three.
Such a smooth operator. I mean, Irving knows he has the green light to let it fly from deep.
Here's Pritchard. No points in the game yet for him. To the middle. And that one's good. Parker.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Brooklyn leading by 13. Outside Jordan. Back to Irving. Again, the Nets for 2.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Smart kicks to Parker. 27 seconds left in the first half of the game. A shot by Pritchard, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Pritchard. The shot from 20 feet away. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. High-scoring half, Blake. What broke this game open?
It starts on defense. You know, our defense did a good job of getting stops, getting rebounds, getting out in the open floor. We got some easy buckets, and then, shots start to fall.
Looked good in the first half, Blake. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Once again, we're seeing the high offensive IQ of James Harden. In an instant, he can read the defense and find the weakness. You're not going to outthink this guy.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
Well, it's not a huge surprise they're getting crushed. Whew. All you got to do is look at the rebounding numbers. They were outworked on the boards and the league. They even have a hope of coming back. They got to pick up the intensity, man.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And that's somewhat of a surprise, but he's been really patient and unselfish.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Celtics, Walker and Smart, the guard. Around the small floor with Tatum holding down the 4 spot. And it's Williams at the center.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
Sinks the three-pointer. Walker's got 6 points.
And look at Walker's percentages from beyond the arc. Tremendous improvement over the last few years.
Pass to Harden. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Evan Fournier is checked in for Marcus Smart.
One shot.
There's one award that Harden has won. I think we can pretty much say for sure he'll never win again. And that's 6th Man of the Year. It's hard to believe there was ever a time this man wasn't a starter.
Back to Walker. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Irving. Nets leading by 20. Pass to KD. From deep. No good there, but they get it back. Irving looking for an opening. From deep three-point range, Harden's shot is off. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And while we've got a chance, let's check out the stats for Tatum. He's putting up about 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
I think if you talk to anyone on this team, they believe in his abilities 100%.
Pass to Harden. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Outside Tatum. The tray. Brooklyn with the rebound. Big Reds got 8 rebounds in this game.
It's still early, but a 1-for-4 start to the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out.
Brown outside. Kick out to Walker. Over Harris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And with the Celtics entering that win-now mode last season, the acquisition of Walker just made too much sense.
Yeah, he's a proven winner. Dating back to college, Walker's made a ton of clutch shots in his career. And GA, as long as he's in Boston, he'll have plenty of opportunities to continue that.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good. On a team filled with big wings last year, Walker gave the Celtics a guy with
Greg's supreme quickness, who could break down the defense when nothing else was there.
And he's that rare commodity, an elite catalyst who doesn't have to dominate the ball to make an impact. That allows room for others to feel empowered out on the floor. It's just one of the many ways Walker makes his teammates better.
And the speed of Walker, I mean, it's sensational. He can switch gears, and an active player on both ends.
And there's the pass to Durant. From outside the arc, Kemba Walker comes up with the loose ball. The Celtics have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker with the break. And he's able to get it back. And that one is good.
The anticipation, the length. Tatum maximizes the opportunity on both ends.
Dinwiddie with it. Pass to Durant. Harris outside. Shoots over Brown. Harris, no good.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's are over it, not even giving him an inch of space.
Stolen by Harden. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Harden's got the ball, and Harden with the stuff.
And when Harden gets to cooking, you gotta feed him. You gotta keep feeding him. He's an excellent rhythm scorer.
Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now a timeout called by Boston.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Some bad shot selection as well as some bad luck. I mean, that's not going to help you score points.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Brooklyn. Bruce Brown comes in for James Harden. 1:58 left in the third. Pass to Pritchard. Parker right side. Clock at 4. Here's Brown. He can't get that one. Some solid defense there from KD. Brown drives in. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And he gets it back. Basket counts. Now here's Dinwiddie. 1:07 left to play in the third. Durant against Brown. Dinwiddie outside. Lobs it up for Jordan. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And any lob to Jordan is about as sure a thing as you can get. So athletic for a big with tremendous hands, and big fella knows how to get in prime position for those alley-oop feeds.
Over in the corner, Brown. Poked away. Dinwiddie with the steal. And here we go. Dinwiddie heading to the hoop.
Good recognition from Durant. He's a talented passer.
The Celtics have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Parker outside. Dinwiddie with the rebound. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Nets. Outside, KD. With 4 seconds on the clock.
Getting to the rim and dunking it down. That's the aggressive side of Durant.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Brooklyn ahead, opening up a huge gap. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Griffin is out there with Jordan. Then there's Brown. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Green in at the 3 spot. Here's Jordan and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
This is the defense you want to see from Parker, stepping up with the big-time block.
6 on the shot clock. Brown the pass to Green. No good from outside. Celtics shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Nice ball movement by Boston. To the right side. Here's Nesmith. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Back to Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Amazing awareness. He's committed to keeping his eyes up and teammates involved. That's the type of player Griffin is.
Passes it to Nesmith. And with the move league-wide for greater representation, some are calling for more diversity in front offices. Chris, some say progress isn't coming fast enough. What do you think?
I think progress hasn't happened fast enough either. Put me on that list. Let me sign that petition. Because even in the coaching ranks, fewer black head coaches this season. You know, teams need to hire the best candidate. No one's saying anything different than that. But the fact of the matter is, they're not interviewing some of the best candidates. That's all. Let some of the best candidates in the door, and they should be hired.
Here's Shamet. Good on the triple.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a guy you could leave alone. Not if you have any hope of closing the gap.
Ogilvy passes to Smart. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. The pass to Griffin. Count that bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Now, here's Nesmith. Headed by Green. Nesmith can't get it to go. Nets have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Up top, Brown. Guarded by Smart. Brown outside. From deep. It's rebounded by Nesmith.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
Yeah, not everyone has Steph Curry's shooting ability. I'd be surprised. I'd be hurt if he tries another one like that again.
Ogilvy passes to Nesmith. Over Green. Green with the block.
With his vertical, there's no reason Green shouldn't get his share of blocks. I mean, he's just got to anticipate the shot like he does here.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Both teams will make substitutions. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And when rookies come in, there's a lot to learn, especially managing money. And Chris, the league is trying to help players manage those large salaries.
Well, players have great resources now that are available to them. And so it's great that the league has lended a hand and said, hey, if you need any help, don't be afraid to reach out.
1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Claxton. Back to Irving. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range, offensive rebound, Claxton. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
No basket feels better than a putback. Love getting rewarded for grinding it out on the glass.
Here's Smart. And slam dunk by Smart.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Nets.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Big Red.
His vision and his ball movement impressed me the most. A tremendous night for him passing the basketball.
On the wing, Irving. So the wing on the left. Claxton the pass to Irving. Here's Boston now. Langford kicks to Smart. Celtics passing it around. Pass to Neesmith. It's blocked. And here is Shamet. Now Irving. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
You know, I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. You know, just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.